What's up, Peach Giant fans? Um, I'm sure y'all heard by now. Um, the Giants have signed John Harbaugh. Um, they've also, as per reports, signed Todd Monken as offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinator still remains up in the air. Um, there is a rumor that um, what's his name? Bullen. He was supposed to be interviewing with the Cowboys, but there's also a rumor that he might even stay on with the Giants. Um, there's also a rumor that Mike Kafka might stay on, maybe as the quarterback's coach. I don't know how true that is, but John Harbaugh is obviously putting his squad together, his coaching staff together. He's in the process of that now. And I just want to say to Giants Nation, Giant fans out there, me personally, I would have went in a different direction. I understand why the Giants did what they did. I understand that they needed a guy that could come in, change the culture immediately, be respected, get wins under his belt, bring up the morale of the team in the process. I understand that. I just would have went with somebody younger. But the Giants also have a record of going with unproven coaches and it not working out. So I understand that. So on that note, I was wrong. I admit that I was wrong. I think the John Harbaugh hire will be a good hire. I think it'll work out because I think when you have a good coach, players will want to play for him, and that will also attract other players. So, looking at it from that standpoint, I think it'll work out for the Giants. I hope it works out for the Giants. I hope it's not a thing where down the line, we're like, oh my God, he sucks and this, that, and it ain't working out. All I ask for Giant fans, as well as myself, is to be patient because this is a process. The Giants still have a lot of work to do. They're not a complete team. They have to get a defensive tackle to play alongside Dex and get in that rotation with Darius Alexander and Dex. I would re-sign Kayvon Thibodeau. That's just me personally. And then you got your edge rusher rotation. Hopefully Micah McFadden could come back. And that'll help shore up the run defense. We get a defensive tackle. I'm looking at drafting a corner with one of the first two picks, depending on what the Giants do. I've been working on some mock drafts, and presently right now I have the Giants trading their pick to the Cleveland Browns for their 26th pick and then racking up a whole bunch of picks in the process. And they're able to address the defensive line, corner, wide receiver. I believe I was able to get a safety, and I was able to get a developmental guard and a swing guard rather. And I was able to get a swing tackle because I think what the Giants are going to do is I think they're going to take Marcus Bowe and put him at guard. They're going to draft a tackle, and then they're going to get a guard and a swing guard and a swing tackle, and then eventually move on from John Runyon. And also get a linebacker, a developmental linebacker, like a Jacob Rodriguez or somebody in that nature. Because I think Sonny Styles and C.J. Allen and Anthony Hill, I think they're going to go pretty high, especially since Dante Moore isn't coming out. So everybody is going to move up, But You know, Giants, we got our coach. Hopefully that'll bring some stability. Hopefully that'll bring some some uh type of respect. Because I think from a Giants standpoint, I think there was a lot of things where we weren't respected. I remember a couple of years ago, I was telling my wife, the Giants played the Philadelphia Eagles, and Nick Sirianni ran the score up on us. He ran it up, and you could tell he was running it up. And I went on Twitter and I blasted him, bro. But I think with a John Harbaugh, I think that doesn't happen. If you beat us, you beat us. It ain't going to be no running the score up because it'll be that respect factor. But the Giants have their work cut out for them, bro. I mean, let's be clear. Just because they got John Harbaugh does not, I'll be surprised. I think the Giants can be a playoff team because I think John Harbaugh is going to have the Giants players pay attention to the X's and O's and execution, and they don't blow those fourth quarter leads this year in upcoming years. So on that note, I think they'll be a playoff team. Do I think they're going to win a Super Bowl next year? No, I'll be surprised. Do I think they're going to go to the NFC Championship game? I doubt it, not unless the chips fall their way. But I think they can be a playoff team next year. I think they're a couple of years away from winning the NFC East. I think Philadelphia still holds a stranglehold on the NFC East. Dallas is a juggernaut of an offense. And with the picks that they got, if they can get that defense together, Dallas is going to be rough, bro. They're going to be rough. Even with Dak at quarterback, they're going to be rough. And then you got Jaden Daniels, man. As long as you got a healthy Jaden Daniels, Washington is there. So, the Giants, you know, getting John Harbaugh, there's no more NFC least. You know what I mean? The NFC is back. The NFC is back to being one of the perennial divisions in football. The Giants are a part of it. I'm happy as a Giant fan. I'm excited because I want to see what they can do. I want to see what staff he builds up. I want to see what happens to Carmen Brasillo. Does he keep him on as offensive line coach? You know, it's a lot of questions that need to be answered. So it's going to be interesting to see what direction John Harbaugh goes in. And, and I forgot. I got to give shout out and props to the Giant management. Okay. A lot of people were talking about John Mara, Steve Tisch. They were talking about, you know, under them, you know, Joe Shane was getting his ass reamed, bro. And Joe Shane, he stepped up. He stepped up, bro. He stepped up. And, you know, a lot of people were calling for Joe Shane's head. I thought that if Joe Shane got fired or Brian Daboll got fired, Joe Shane should have got fired. But I didn't want either one of them to be fired. I'm glad they held on to Shane. I know some people are unhappy about that. And I mean, that's cool. But I mean, to be honest, Joe Shane stepped up. He stepped up. You know, I think he swallowed some pride. And I think he said, yo, I want to show that I want to be here. And I'm willing to relinquish some power to a head coach that has a proven track record and has shown that he could get it done. So on that note, I think we got to give Joe Shane some props. So I give Joe Shane props. I give the management props. I don't expect no planes flying over the Meadowlands and during Giant games talking about the Mara family got to go. John Mara's been sick. So Chris Mara actually went down to John Harbaugh's residence in Baltimore and spoke to him. Like the Giants went all out. They went all out for this dude, bro. And I hope it works out for him. I really do. I really hope it works out for him. Not for the sake of being a fan, but just putting us back on a level of respectability to where I feel being a Giant fan, we've been a punching bag for a couple of years. People are like, I'm playing the Giants. We playing the Giants, bro. Really? And I think this is starting to build some credit back into our name. And I'm happy to see that. And I hope it works out. I really do. I really do. So, once again, I do apologize. I'm a man. I stand up for mine. But I hope it works out. I would have went in a different direction. I really like Jeff Hafley. I really do. And I hope he gets a head coaching job somewhere else. I think he will. But we'll see. Maybe it might be with the Giants as a defensive coordinator. Who knows? John Harbaugh has shown that he can put a coaching staff together. So, let's see what happens. But, I'm excited. Giant fans are excited. And that's all we ask for is to be excited about our team, being respectable again, and putting some credit on our name again. So good luck to John Harbaugh and the staff in the future. Good luck to the owners. Good luck to upper management. And let's keep this thing rolling. And now we looking at the draft. 2026. What are the Giants going to do? Are they... Oh, wow. I dropped the remote. Are they going to stay at number 5? Or are they going to trade back? I had a scenario where I was able to make a trade with the LA Rams and get their 2 first-round picks, but then that left us a void for other picks. Then I did a trade with the Cleveland Browns, as I stated earlier. I also did a trade with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which gave us a second and Pittsburgh's 3 third-round picks. So that's also a thing that the Giants might do as well. But, let me know what y'all think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. I would like to hear your thoughts about the hire and know what your opinion is and what direction you think we'll go in. Will we stay at number 5 or will we trade out of the pick? It'll be hard to trade out of the pick now because they said last night that Dante Moore is going back to school. So that kind of hurts. But that might push up other quarterbacks because teams that are hungry for quarterbacks might push up the quarterback class. So that might push up the Garrett Nussmeyers, the Trinidad Chambliss, the Ty Simpsons, the who else? Trinidad, Garrett Nussmeier, Carson Beck from Miami. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. But, like, subscribe, get that notification button too. So when I come out with videos, you're alerted, you'll know. And we'll see what's going on. And hopefully everything will work out. And 2026 will be a building block year. And we start building from there. All right. All right, y'all. God bless. Peace. I'm out. Hope y'all have a good day. And we'll be back in a couple of days. All right. Later.